Well, the Giants began play all the way back in 1925. And almost 100 years later, this venue was built to house their next era. MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. Ready to get this game started. Here's Evan McPherson. And we're off from MetLife. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. Here's Williams to start the drive. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Just a little short, but still a 9-yard pickup. That's going to bring up 2nd and 1.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to. Because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of the defense.
On 2nd down, a run with Williams. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. That goes as a 4-yard pickup, and it gets him a first down. To throw, Herbert. It's caught. That's Calvin Austin. And he's taken down directly on that 43-yard line. He picks up 15 on the play. And that's good for an Eagles first down.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
1st and 10. Here's Herbert. Caught for big yards on the right side. And he gets in. Touchdown, Philadelphia! The Eagles take a 6-0 lead right away. So a touchdown on the board for them, Brock, as they start this game off a perfect 1-for-1 offensively.
Yeah, I'm going to call that scripting for success right there. Can't do it much better than that. And listen, when you script these first plays, you don't always know who the targets are going to be. It's really then relying upon what the defense is trying to take away. They couldn't take away that big old tight end.
That one right down the middle. And the Eagles will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Returning it from the 4. Good looking return here, and he's got room. The tackle's made, so this drive will begin at the 34-yard line. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Give now to the running back. And it's going to be about a 3-yard pickup in the end. Something he does so well. Nick Bolton making the stop. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7. Let's go. From the 37. He puts some power on a deep one. That's grabbed inside the 30. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. He finds 37 yards on the play to move those chains. On 1st down, they'll run. Space to the left. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
Those unsung heroes, those big guys up front on the O-line, well, let's give them a little love right here, okay? They don't always get the attention they deserve on broadcast, but let me tell you, they played a huge role in that big old run.
They've set themselves up well for an opening drive touchdown here, Brock. It's 1st and goal. Man in motion, headed right. And in, touchdown, New York! He finds one of his great receivers, Brock, and they are off to a great start to begin this ball game.
Yeah, it's such a positive offensively when you can go find not just a field goal, but a touchdown on that opening drive. And defensively, this starts to shake the foundation of your preparation and makes you wonder what's in store.
Here's McPherson on to handle the kickoff. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Working from the gun here, it's Herbert. Taken in by Smith. Gets it ahead, has about 5 yards. That was Kayvon Thibodeau there to wrap him up.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a 1st down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
Herbert with a blitz coming. And someone stepped in. It's intercepted. And the Giants will take over as he records his 1st interception of our season.
That's so cool. He really did it all for him, didn't he? First he forced the turnover, and then he set them up in a better spot with a really nice return. Yeah, he had designs on doing the scoring for him, too. One more move, and he might have broken it for 6.
Bails out of the pocket quick. Working the sideline. Oh, he got it. Drug the feet. That's a catch.
Timing on routes change when you leave the pocket. It really does become, well, the schoolyard. And you got to scramble around. What a great adjustment to still deliver a clean ball.
2nd and 6 coming up here.
Here we go.
He'll throw it. Cut near the goal line. And he gets leveled just before he reaches the marker, and that hit prevents a 1st down.
Okay, one thing I learned from the late, great Mike Leach is, yeah, the system was called air raid, but it wasn't just attacking downfield. His philosophy, and it played out right there, is you have to attack every inch of the field, both vertically and horizontally, without routes or in routes just like that.
And that'll be enough for the 1st as they touch him down.
That's a BYOB. You got to be your own blocker. It would have taken the entire defense piling on to stop him from getting that 1st down. Well done.
Four downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal. Looking to throw it this time. Escapes the pocket. That's incomplete for the moment. We do have a flag down, but it might not be good news for their offense. That's usually where we see holding calls. Wrong time to get caught for holding. Backed him up as they'll retry this 1st and goal.
Let's go now.
Goal to go. They're passing. Catch is made in close. And he'll be taken down at the last possible moment. He's at the 1.
You know, with some of these tight ends today, you could put 2 guys, heck, put 3 guys on them, and they still find a way to make those catches. With how they move at their size, they really are the ultimate matchup advantage.
Now it's 2nd and goal from the 1.
Here we go, here we go.
They'll try and punch it in. And he runs it across. Touchdown! The Giants pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. McPherson at the point after. The point after splits the uprights. And the Giants take the lead here, 14-7 in the first. Here's McPherson on to handle the kickoff. And he wasn't chancing a return there, putting it out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Drive begins with a run. It's Williams. We'll have him gain about a handful there. Dexter Lawrence on the tackle. Halfway there on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
That run's not going to turn many heads, but at the end of the year, I promise you, if you average over 5 yards a run, you're going to be a Pro Bowler.
Shotgun snap to Herbert. On the move, headed right. That's going to be an incomplete pass on the throw to the right. Trying to find his tight end. And it'll be 3rd and 5 coming up.
I love the mobility here. Starts great, escapes the pressure, get out of harm's way. You just wish if you're the offense here, you could have found a completion to keep in rhythm.
Herbert now to throw on 3rd. Got to him right as he threw it, and it falls to the ground. Just got a hand up on that to break it up. And that leaves them with 4th and 5.
Now that's like a good peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Takes both to make it work. And defensively, you've got to have that pressure up front. That's peanut butter. And then you'd like to have some jelly. And that was almost a huge play with an interception.
And a fair catch made without incident just inside the 25. We don't get a return out of that punt. And it'll be Giants football. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Now he'll throw off the play fake. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. And the Eagles take possession of the football. I don't know what to be impressed by most, Brock. How effortless he made it look to throw it that deep, or how effortless the cover man made it look to get that far down there and haul in the interception.
How about we just marvel at both of them? You call a deep pass like that again on the next play, it could go to the end zone. But this time, it is a takeaway.
3 yards on the first down play, and that brings up 2nd and 7. Herbert from the gun. It's another first half mistake. He's intercepted again. Picked up by Deonte Banks. And he takes this one back for the pick 6. That play, Brock, that play was beautiful. Not just making the interception, but then seeing the return slowly come together in front of him as he took it all the way to the house.
Yeah, I think even for us up here in the booth, it looked like a scene out of a movie, didn't it? Starts running it back, scans the field for a lane, then the blocks come just in the nick of time to wipe out the would-be tacklers, and he's got open space and nothing but the end zone in front of him.
That one splits the uprights. 1 quarter down for these two NFC East teams. 21-7 is our score. We'll get back to East Rutherford after this. Well, Brock, hopefully some short memories on offense as they get it right back here on the kickoff after that pick 6. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. Ready now for our second quarter. The Eagles have the football. They have it following that interception on the final play. Got him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out! Oh, they got it back. They can try and salvage something. Well, that is not how you make the most of an opportunity when your defense gives you the football back. But the good news is, Brock, at least they get another shot.
Yeah, when you're running on the field, you feel the joy of that defense, right? They just got you a possession. They're giving you an opportunity.
He's in trouble and gets brought down again. And back-to-back takedowns behind the line of scrimmage set him up now with third down. Throwing now, Herbert. Just got it away before the hit, but it doesn't matter. It's incomplete. Fourth down coming up. The Eagles are in punt formation. And after that drive went backwards, he's going to send this one forward. And he's getting nothing on that return. They wrap him up almost at the exact spot that he fielded that punt. It's scored as a 51-yard punt. And the Giants are going to like where they start out for this drive. New set of downs for him from the 46. Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. And out of bounds right at the 40-yard line.
When there's heat, that blitz coming off the snap, that QB's eyes, you could see it right away. He got to his check down in a hurry. But, Kate, here's the key. Quarterback and running back have to be on the same page. The two were right there, and it netted some positive yards.
Has him on the quick hitter. He gets it ahead, winds up with about 3. Something he does so well. Nick Bolton making the stop.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
From the gun on third down. Complete beyond the marker. And he gets down to the 24 before he stopped. It's a gain of 12 there. And the Giants will have a first down.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend? Do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
Short pass brought in. And not much doing. He stopped quickly.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on first down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
Second down now, 7 to go. From the 21. And he scores. It's a New York touchdown. The Giants stretch their lead to a 3-score advantage. McPherson at the point after. Right down the middle. It's good. And the Giants stretch their lead to 21. McPherson on to handle the kickoff. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Back to throw. Here's Herbert. That's caught by A.J. Brown. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot. Let's see how they attack this first down, Brock, from the 43. Here's Herbert. This finds Smith. And he'll be taken down, but not until he reaches that 45-yard line. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And that's a Philadelphia first down.
I love throwing on first down. And when you see a first down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
Not enough on this throw. It hits the turf instead of his man.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
Herbert throwing again. That one falls to the turf. Couldn't hang on. It's incomplete.
Making it harder than it needs to be right there. Just get the catch first. Guarantee some yards. And then worry about escaping the defenders and getting upfield.
5-9.
On third down, Herbert buys time, rolling right. He's got Smith. And he's brought down at about that 27-yard line. A 19-yard pickup, and that's going to move the chains. The drive picks up here, 1st and 10. It's Herbert once more. Forced out to his right. That's low and bounces short of his man. Well, no look on his first look of the game. And it sets up 2nd down.
Hey, I know nobody's perfect, and all you have to do is listen to me and how many words I screw up. But you certainly expect those throws of that length to be 100%. They've got to be borderline automatic in this offense.
Herbert to throw once more. Catch made by Austin. And he has them a 1st down, which they will tackle on the other side of this 2-minute warning. He keeps it himself. In the middle holds. They don't get anything on the run. No gain for them, and now it'll be 2nd and goal.
You know, Kate, these are the situations in training camp that I love more than anything to watch. You learn so much about a football team in these goal-to-go situations. You know you got to protect that goal line, and the defense, well, they did the job on 1st down. More to come. Kate, it's amazing how fast these guys are on the field and how fast your fortunes can turn. 2nd and short run, you're feeling good about yourself. But with a negative play, well, now comes a critical 3rd down.
3rd and goal. Here's Herbert. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss. The Giants using their 1st time out. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. Three plays haven't gotten it done. Now a 4th to try to reach that end zone.
Ray. Hey, Kaplan.
They snap it to Herbert. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Philadelphia! The Eagles chop some of the lead off before the half. It's a Devontae Smith touchdown. Man, Brock, that defense held up 3 straight plays. They just couldn't come up with the one final stop they needed to get off the field.
And how about this offense? Courage of the offense to run it back for one more snap and make the adjustments on 4th and goal to finally punch it in. Quite the mini little chess match we just saw play out over those last 4 plays.
Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Return starts at the 3. They'll bring him down on the return as he gets this to the 33. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10.
Come on, set. Go.
They'll come out throwing. He's got a man left. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. Timeout taken by the offense, their second. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half.
Kate, I don't know why every once in a while I'll get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason, when one of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions. You will never go broke taking a profit. Go get a completion. They're at a premium in this league.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. From the 38. Hits him on the out route. And he'll be out of bounds at his own 45. That one gains 7. And it's good enough for a New York 1st down.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
Here we go, set. 70 range. Ready.
Throwing now on 1st down. This is complete to Neighbors. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs. The Giants are going to call their final timeout here. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
He's throwing deep to the left side. That one is incomplete. The clock now down to 16 seconds remaining. Malik Neighbors, the one he was throwing for. And we'll see what they do here on 2nd down.
Well, that was almost one of those nice chunk plays you like to see in the NFL, Kate, before he was able to recover and provide the hit and ultimately dislodge the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays down the field.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Receiver in motion, headed right. 2nd and 10 now. Incomplete pass, and we're down to 12 seconds remaining. This one misses the tight end. So they're left facing 3rd and long.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
They're going to throw it on 3rd and long. It is caught left side. And he's got it down to the 30 before going out.
You know, I like the completion. You never turn down a completion. That's just not the right throw to make in that spot to move the chains.
Coming off the edge, and it's blocked.
That protection has got to be able to hold up for a few seconds. It has to. Those are points that aren't going on the board now, and wasted effort by their teammates to get them to this point.
One last play before the break. Looks like they'll play it safe with a run to the outside. And he doesn't get much there on what turns out to be the final play of the half. So we're through 2 quarters now, still a half of football to be played. We'll be back with more of the NFL on EA Sports. Well, that first half, certainly an interesting one. Kate, Scott, Brock Heward with you as we get back and see what the second half has in store for us. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Kickoff taken at the 3. Finds some space. He's past the 30. His return reaches that 34-yard line before he stopped.
Hey, you go into halftime with a double-digit lead, your number one objective, and they'll all say it in that locker room, it's 0-0 to begin the second half. So you want to come out firing the same way you did in that first half, and that kick returner, he took matters in his own hands.
Here's 1st and 10 from the 34.
Here we go.
They'll throw to begin this drive. That one's caught along the left sideline. And he's out of bounds after reaching the 40. It's a pickup of 26. And the Giants will have a first down. New slated downs to approach here from the 40. Sending a receiver left. Throwing from the gun here. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
Wow, it has been such a good day offensively for the guys up front. That's actually the first sack by this defense. And now comes the real question mark. Will it lead to more? Or will this offense learn a lesson and get back to the rhythm they've been in protecting?
Trying again following the sack. Hits his running back. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. It's a 30-yard play, Brock, and they've got a fresh set of downs. Thinking touchdown here after that big play. We've got 1st and 10 from the red zone. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he gets a few on the plunge forward.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Second down now, 7 to go.
Let's go.
Now they send their back in motion right. Cut near the goal line. And he'll be taken down at the last possible moment. He's at the 1. 14 yards on a nice play there, and it gives them 1st and goal.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal.
Ready.
Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
They'll hand it to him again. And he gets in. Touchdown! The Giants grow the lead coming out of halftime. That was a great response, Brock. After they got driven backwards on 1st down, they go right back to the ground and score just 1 play later.
Yeah, and I think if you and I were in the huddle down there after that 1st down loss, I think we would have felt a whole bunch of pride. Give me another shot, and boy, did they deliver.
Here's McPherson on to handle the kickoff. And that one flies right on past the end zone. Didn't make an effort to hit the landing area at all. So they're going to give them a drive starting at the 30. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Second half starts with a run by Williams. And he found some running room for a nice gain. It's a solid 70-yard pickup on 1st down. Now they're going to have 2nd and 3.
Well, that doesn't net a 1st down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
2nd and 3 now.
Ready.
Play action now for Herbert. Flushed out of the pocket. Oh, brother, it's another interception. And the Giants take possession as he makes his 4th interception of our season. Well, no doubt they envisioned that as the start of a second half push for the lead. But the defense, well, defense had other ideas, Brock, protecting their team's advantage and taking possession back on the first play of the series.
Not the way you needed to start the half if you were thinking comeback, but exactly the way to start the half if you're trying to take this lead and step on it. That's a defender who sensed the need for a splash play and delivers.
And he's able to reach the 40 on that play.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. With 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
2nd and 1. Looking right, and he finds him. And they haul him down just a foot or two shy of the red zone. It's a gain of 19 on the play. And it's good enough for a New York first down.
60 Bison, 60 Bison. Go!
Here's the lone back on the handoff. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
2nd and 12 behind the sticks. Has him on the quick hitter. And they get this down to the 12-yard line before being stopped.
There's no route on the old proverbial route tree, Kate, that takes more trust than throwing an out route. You're throwing it to a spot and believing your guy can get there.
Go!
Looking to throw on 3rd and 1. Short pass brought in. And he drives this forward to the 6. It's a 6-yard gain. That sets up 1st and goal.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
Here we go, here we go!
They send a receiver in motion right. And that's a New York touchdown. Well, as they drive forward to what right now looks like it should be a win, Brock. He sure is taking advantage of a nice little chance to boost his stat line. His 2nd touchdown of the game.
Yeah, you just kind of feel these two buildings.
Rush coming off the edge, and they block it!
You know, it really does, Kate. When you see that point blocked, it just deflates. You feel it. The whole sideline gets deflated. But I'll tell you what else it does. It puts a little seed of doubt and thought into your kicker and your special teams. And you hate that. You really do. You want those guys playing with as much confidence as your offense and defense is. So making sure you get your kicker right and that special teams unit right, that's going to be hugely important here down the road.
First and 10 now from the 30. Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. Hauled in left side. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs. They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Herbert from the gun. And this one's dropped for what would have been a nice gain. He was looking for A.J. Brown there. So it'll be 2nd down.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Shotgun snap to Herbert. Throw left side, complete. And they'll have it a little shy of the 40 as he goes out. That play good for 17 on a 1st down.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains. There wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
1st and 10 from the 41. They just get the play off. Finds his back, Kyren Williams. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. Thankfully, only 1 quarter to play now. We've reached the end of 3 in this lopsided affair. It's Eagles football, and they'll look for points here, but might be too little too late in a lopsided 4th quarter. Still on the move, coming to the line for 1st and 10.
Set.
Now Herbert again. He's got Smith. 14 yards on a nice play there, and it gives them 1st and goal.
Move the chains! Gotta move them chains! Build momentum and keep that defense on its heels.
This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal.
Set. Ready. Get up. Get up.
Herbert throwing again. And he can't hang on. Touchdown in his arms. But it slips through. 2nd down coming up.
Plays like that are called twofers. It's why coaches live 2 years for one. All the planning, great play call, careful execution led to that, and it was still dropped to the turf. Touchdown lost.
It's Herbert once more. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Tough to blame him for that drop, Brock. Even if it would have been a touchdown, that was a great effort defensively, timing that hit, keeping them from hitting the end zone.
Reaction and burst. You get in the red zone defensively, you'll hear it all the time. You cannot wait. You've got to react, and then you got to burst. And that defender does a tremendous job of breaking that pass up with contact. You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
Three plays haven't gotten it done. Now a fourth to try to reach that end zone. Herbert to throw once more. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Philadelphia. The Eagles putting up points in a game decided. All right, partner, what do you think? Was that a design read, or did he just see space and he was reacting more on the old quarterback instinct there?
Yes. I think yes on both of them, and that play happens so fast that it really is instincts on both sides.
Extra point up and good by Elliott. And the Eagles still have a lot of work to do, Brock. It's a 20-point difference now. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. And this one will not make it to the landing zone. So the same as it going out of bounds now. This is going to come out to the 40-yard line. Play action on first down. He beams one deep right side. That's caught at the 25. He does it. Touchdown, New York. The Giants put up even more points in a win. And that right there, Brock, is a touchdown I think our fellow broadcaster Greg Olsen would be proud of. A big strike to the tight end that I don't think a lot of receivers could have pulled off and make it look as easy.
You know, a lot of times you're splitting hairs talking about the differences between tight ends and receivers at this level, because a lot of those guys, they work the same route tree and they move with the football, well, just like their receiver teammates. And they can score some lengthy touchdowns too, just like he showed off.
And he got all of that one out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Working from the gun here, it's Herbert. He's got a man left. And he's tackled for a short gain.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
2nd and 8. This finds Smith. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line. They get 13 on the pickup. And that's good for an Eagles first down. New set of downs for him from the 46.
Baylor tight. Go.
Herbert on first down. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop it.
Go.
Offense in the hurry up here. After the sack, another pass on 2nd down. Completed over the middle. And he's brought down after a short gain.
Hey, go Lion. 21.
Here he is on 3rd and long. Finds him over the middle. And it's good yardage, but they tackle him short of the sticks. Working quickly here. Desperation time here on 4th. And they pick him off again. L'Jarius Sneed with the INT. And the Giants regain possession as he makes the 30th interception of his career. Wow, an aggressive choice to go for it on 4th and that kind of distance. And an equally aggressive play in coverage to pick that pass off.
Yeah, that down and distance, you're not running it, right? Too far to get to the stick, so that defense had all eyes on the quarterback. They knew that pass was coming. And it's one thing to know it. It's another thing to execute it and go take it away. That's a big momentum swing for this defense.
They go play action on 1st. To the ground it goes. That's incomplete. Not on the same page with his tight end. So 2nd down coming up.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
And he works this to the 38 before going down. Give him 13 on that play. And the Giants will have a 1st down.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run. But I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he could do like we just saw.
And he's going to be brought down at the 35-yard line.
Well, he saw his guys pick up the blitz. Well, he felt them pick it up anyway if he wasn't looking at him. But with their effort on his behalf, I think this QB felt owed to them and the group up front to find somebody to get a completion so that effort up front wasn't in vain.
2nd down now, 7 to go. Pass play now. And this one too far in front of him. It's incomplete.
Boy, offenses that connect in this intermediate zone are so effective. Getting a completion in that area, and not just sparks your offense, but it just turns that aggressive meter way up. They just couldn't quite find the connection.
Throw on 3rd down. So we're down to the 2-minute warning here from New York. Giants ready to pick up their 8th win of the season. For the 2nd time today, they're going to run the kick team out for the field goal. From the right hash, 52 yards out. And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And the lead continues to grow and grow.
Get another shot across the bow of a ship that's already sinking here, Kate. He could have made that field goal. Heck, he could have turned around and kicked it directly at his coach because it feels like they've got this one in hand.
And that's over the 20, the landing zone, and almost everything else. So that football coming out to the 30-yard line. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10.
10. Ready.
Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. Finds him on the crossing route. And what a hit there. Ouch, she pays the price for moving the chains that time.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. A lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
Looking slant route complete. He has room past the 25. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. They've got to keep moving quick here. First and 10, Herbert. The shot to the end zone is incomplete.
You need to buy your receivers enough time to get open along your route, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit them with the throw. When the line doesn't hold up, incompletions follow.
Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down.
380.
Back to the air, Herbert. Chased out to his right. Trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop it. And that pushes him back. 3rd down coming up. Here's Herbert. And that's going to fall incomplete. We're down to 9 seconds left. Devontae Smith, the intended target. And that brings up 4th and long.
I'll tell you what, Kate, that's a really nice play in coverage. That linebacker looking like a cornerback on that play. Perhaps those cover guys could take some notes on how to stay in position and, most importantly, swat that pass away.
Hey, easy. We'll go orange.
Here he goes. Got to have this on 4th down. A bit of desperation on this deep. And there's our last-in image of this game. It's intercepted. L'Jarius Sneed with the INT. And the Giants see the return go out of bounds. And that is how this game's going to end. So the Giants come away with the win.